Late 1980s. The Cold War was starting to heat up yet again. The Chinese Air Force was stuck with old J-7 and J-8 aircrafts, which were basically knockoffs of old Soviet jets, whereas on the other hand, the American Air Force had modern F-15 aircrafts. The J-7s and J-8s seemed hopeless against these fourth-generation fighters, and to bridge the gap, the Chinese Air Force bought Soviet-made Su-27 aircraft, and later got the license to produce these aircraft at home. They called their version of the Su-27 the J-11. Early variants of these aircraft weren't a success. They were almost Su-27s with a few upgrades. They had Russian-made radars called the N001E PSAR radar. Even though this radar was decent, it was not good enough. The worst problem, besides the avionics in the radar, the engine. The aircraft was using Russian made AL-31MF aircraft engines, which were Russian made and being used in the Su-27s. They wanted to put their WS-10s through the test, but they failed horribly. After that, they made the J-15 carrier version of the J-11 aircraft. These were a little improved and a little better than the old ones. They had a decent radar, decent avionics. The best part? The earlier variants, though, used the Russian engines. Later variants used the WS-10H engines, which had better thrust than the Russian predecessors. These aircraft had beyond visual range capabilities and had their avionics made in China, which was a huge leap forward from the old J-11 aircraft. This aircraft also introduced a full glass cockpit, and it was based on the Su-33. The versions that the Chinese Air Force now has include the ASAR radar. But then came the game changer. Before the thunder came the whisper. Then came the J-16 aircraft. Even though the licensed production ended, the J-16 was built in China from scratch, used Chinese engines, used Chinese avionics, and the airframe was upgraded for the Chinese terrain. Even though it was similar to the Su-30, this aircraft was designed in China. The best part? This aircraft used the Chinese made KLJ-10A ISAR radars, which were decent. Besides that, they had precision strike capabilities using the YJ-83K. They could also fire unguided and guided munitions. They could also fire cluster bombs and YJ-91 anti-radiation missiles. Besides that, they had phenomenal beyond visual range capabilities with the PL-15 missiles that boast a range up to 300 kilometers. The J-16 is a revolutionary aircraft, and now it's more than a flanker. It's something else. First it was licensed, but now it's even better than the Russian aircraft. This is proof. This aircraft is being used in bulk by the Chinese Air Force, and this aircraft is phenomenal. Trust me. This aircraft was once borrowed. Now it's feared. This is the story of the Chinese flankers.